been a few months since I've done this. And yeah, it's been an interesting few months to say the least. I have gone through a lot of ups and downs in these last few months. Um, and I think ultimately it's kind of led me to this point where I wanted to create this video um, talking about my spiritual journey and just kind of how it's evolved over the years and where I'm at now and just the things I've learned, the lessons I've learned along the way. I guess like for me, I've always been a deeply spiritual person, meaning like I've always been very in tune with my own emotions and the emotions of others, and really just the overall essence of what I am and what other people are, including like the essence of like just nature and the world around me. From a young age, like I was able to communicate with relatives that had like passed away, and I, growing up, would be privy to like seeing things that weren't necessarily there. And I grew up in a very religious household, but it wasn't religious in the sense of like we were raised to stick to like one train of thought. I was exposed to a lot of different churches growing up. I've been to almost every denomination within Christianity, because I moved around a lot and we always changed churches, and so I just got exposed to a lot of different things growing up. But then also, as I got older, I went to different schools and I met people of different faiths, and would just get into conversations about their faiths, and then compare it to like the curriculum we were learning, because sometimes I would be in Christian-based schools, and non-Christian based schools that would teach me about other religions, and just come from a point of comparison. And I quickly realized that like a lot of the belief systems had a lot in common with each other, and the thread I always put together was that all of these religions are essentially teaching us how to love ourselves and love others and love the world, in a way that is like sustainable and in a way that betters one another. And so, but I've also had like conflicting thoughts around religion because of all the terrible things that it's done to society in terms of wars and genocide and, you know, just making people feel terrible about themselves. So I always felt conflicted about like, okay, why is something that is supposed to be rooted in love causing all this death and destruction? So from a young age, like I knew like, all right, like, I don't know. I just kind of decided one day that I was just like, oh, I'm going to figure this out. And which was just like already like such a crazy approach to think like I could figure out some things such as like figure out God or figure out like the reason that we even have all these different religions. So I began researching and like when I mean researching, like I'm reading up on, all the major religions of the world. I'm talking to people whenever I get a chance from different faiths. I'm watching YouTube videos, all this type of stuff. And, I learned a lot. And again, I kept coming to that conclusion that these religions and these different ways of having faith are all based on love at the end of the day. I would say the majority are based off love and wanting to just give a sense of fulfillment greater than what like the physical world can provide, and it comes from a greater source or like life energy or God or the universe, whatever you want to call it. But so yeah, as I continued down this journey of like researching and stuff, I came across meditation. Probably my junior year of high school, I came across meditation, and I was just like, oh, like, you know, actually, I came across it when this is a whole nother story, but I was actually like I was in a psych ward for like, or no, this wasn't even when I was in a psych ward. This was when I was doing rehab, and we practiced meditation, and it really helped me. And I was like, huh, this is interesting. But I didn't get seriously into it. That was like my freshman year, but I didn't get seriously into it until my junior year. And then once I got into it my junior year, like I have not let it go. Like now I'm almost a year out of college, and I meditate almost every single day. Um, like I might miss a day or two, but like pretty much every day I'm meditating. And I do guided meditations. I don't even do like, I'm not like coming up with my own thing or anything, but it's just like at a base level learning how to process your thoughts and emotions and control your breathing and get a better sense of your own life force and energy. And so once I started doing that, like my spiritual gifts started skyrocketing. Like I always had faith, right? Because I've gone through a lot of different like just situations that were really like rough on me mentally, and I always had the belief that like God was with me and I was gonna get through it, that basic faith. But when I started meditating and like combining that with my faith, like it brought me to a whole nother level of like abilities that I never even knew were possible, like and possible without drugs. I think that's a key part, because I know people who have experienced what I experienced, and even I have experienced some things that you could consider spiritual under the influence. But yeah, what I started experiencing without any influence and just straight like, I don't know, it just like gifts started appearing. Like it started ranging from, I started having more vivid dreams that then became what I can consider some of them to be visions. I started having direct communication with God or the life force or the universe or whatever you want to call it. Started seeing signs way more through numbers, if you believe in numerology. Started really like embracing the whole sense that I could read people's energy very well, and then it started manifesting into physically seeing people's energy in the form of auras, which was insane to me. Like I'm telling you, like I'm sober, like I'm walking in a room or I'm looking like I'm in a lecture or a presentation, and I'm seeing physical energy come out of people in these like moving forms around them, and I'm just like, yo, like what is going on right now? And that's when I started like recognizing, I was like, oh shoot, like I'm really like I don't know what it is, but I know I can tap into something deeper. And then I wanted to learn, like how can I start controlling this, or at least like trying to get a better understanding of it. Kept meditating, kept praying, started researching, and I started to realize that there were other people out there that have similar experiences. And I haven't met many in person. I think I've only met like a couple people who have had similar experiences to me, but it was like, to me, something that I was like, oh shoot, like we might all have these abilities, and I haven't figured that out yet. But I believe that I don't think like this would be something that would just be exclusive to people, like because there's nothing special about me at all, and if anything, like I have a lot of you know, character flaws and stuff. But I started getting these abilities, and it's been crazy. Like, I mean, I can even see like little, um, the only word I have for them are like auras, but they, they feel like spirits that sometimes I can see in the sky, and like they'll be like, it looks like 1,000 um, little cells. Like, you ever look at a cell under a microscope? That's what it looks like, and they're just floating throughout the sky, like moving all over the place, going crazy. And it's literally like, I don't see it all the time. Like, I'll look in the sky, I don't see anything, but then one day I'll look up, there they are, just flying everywhere, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You can tell they're like alive. um but I will say, I think there's something to the fact that I work on cleansing my energy all the time and keeping it light and positive as best as possible. Because I mean, everyone goes through stuff. Like, I do have negative days. Like, I do have times where, like, you know, I might act out of character. But like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, and I just felt like I had to make this video to document it, because I just, I don't know where I'm going like with it, to be honest. Like, I know I know God has a calling on my life that's pretty significant, and I'm supposed to be using my gifts to help people. But it's like, you know, I've struggled with expressing the things that have been happening to me. And I guess this is just the beginning of me doing that. But yeah, man, if y'all got any gifts, please let me know. Drop a comment or something, just so I can see and try to build community around this. But you know, I would say, if you have gifts, don't be scared of them. Pray on it, lean into it. There's a reason for it. Don't try to control it. Just let it come to you as it comes to you. But yeah, man. I mean, just try to put out more love than hate. Honestly, that's what all of this is about. That's what this YouTube's about. Is my music. Like, this is my song playing right now, actually, which is crazy. But yeah, man. Like, just put out more love. Put out more love. Stay grateful. Yeah. All right. Thanks.